Hey everyone, welcome back to Rob's Daily Classics. As you know, we changed this from Rob's Car World to Rob's Daily Classics, the original name that started it all about 4 years ago. So thanks for hanging in there with me. I've been absent for a little while, dealt with COVID like everyone, and feeling better. Also started a new YouTube channel called Wall Street Automotive that I'm having some fun with. We have the New York Auto Show here that's having some fun. And we also have Spring Carlisle coming up on Friday. I usually go on Friday. So if you see some guy walking around with some parts for a 67 GTO, that'd be me. But I found the car today. It's a 1969 Mercury actually Mercury Marquis. It's a beautiful looking car. It's the second generation of the Marquis, and it's a convertible, which makes it very special. So let's go check it out. This car here is on Craigslist. If you go to Massachusetts, you'll find this car will come popping at you. He's asking $34,995, which is a lot of money for people that remember these cars 10 years ago being about $24,995 at most. So it's a $10,000 premium from what I'm used to touching and looking at. And this car might be a consignment type car. Its person that's posted the car is the car store, and Mark Epstein is someone to get in touch with. So he might be a consignment dealer. So that means that the owner of the car still owns the car and gave this to Mark Epstein to sell it for him. And he, as a consignment person, needs to make a commission. That's his arrangement. And a lot of times when somebody tells me that it's a consignment type car, I tend to know right away that there's some big margins here to work with and negotiate on, right? So that's why I'm focused on this car, 34,995, as a possible car to dive into, because there might be a lot of room to negotiate if this car is something that you like. These are very large cars, obviously. Again, when you look at this car is the second generation, and it was built, the 429 cubic engine was available. It was shared with the Mercury Monterey. It was shared with the Colonial Park and the Ford LTD at the time, and but I believe the convertible was unique just for the Mercury line as well. So a good-looking car, and yeah, the two-door Bromes are really pretty as well. But this car here has a very nice appeal. He states that the car is unrestored Survivor, but then he states that the car had a repaint 25 years ago. So I'm not sure you can put those two words together, like unrestored and repainted. I don't know. But what he's trying to say is that the interior, the engine, the undercarriage, and all that is all original, as well as the chrome work and things like that. So if it was painted 25 years ago, the chances are it could be a very, very enduring paint job. And as you know, painting a car like this would cost you at least $14,000-15,000 today with proper work and workmanship and preparation and all that stuff, because that's what it costs. So if you can find a car that's totally restored these days, you're always better off trying to buy that car. My personal experiences in cars as large as this was that I was 17, 18 years old, and the person that owned the grocery store where I lived actually had the same exact car, only in a dark brown color. And I used to deliver groceries with the convertible top down. And boy, I have to tell you, is something about a big, large car like this in a convertible format. And the car has such a big front windshield. You don't get the buffering in the car that you would get if you drove like a convertible Mustang or a Triumph Spitfire, where you got wind coming in and out of the car all day long. These cars are so heavy and so isolated on the road. They give a very refined ride with their top down, and it's an experience that you have to just feel to really know what I'm talking about. But yeah, the interior looks really original. Hopefully, the seats are all original, as he's stating. The car is not restored. Dashboard looks really nice. Doesn't look like there's any, rips or tears or anything like that. The carpets might be original. I don't see any big overspray on the car anywhere in the engine bay and things like that. There's some limited photos. You'd like to see more photos, of course. Um, the lights in the back, look at that beautiful tail lights back there and how beautiful that bumper is. I'm not sure, but it might have sequential directional signals like they had on the T-Birds at the time, but I'm not sure about that. It looks like it might be missing some badging in the front as well as the back, but I could be wrong on that. But maybe something is missing on the front nose. We'll get into that. The undercarriage shows a very original undercarriage, a very original exhaust system. Gee, I hope that's not the original exhaust, but it might be. He states the car only has 25,000 miles, so we might be looking at a 69 muffler system right here. Anyway, it looks like there's surface rust on the car, which happens even when you park cars in garages, with a cold concrete floor in Massachusetts. The moisture and all does come up. So even if you don't drive a car, you can get surface rust on the undercarriage. And somebody taught me a very long time ago that if you want to keep your cars well in a garage, just get some, 80 weight, roofing paper that you put on a roof and lay that down on the concrete and put your car on top of that roofing paper, and that creates a vapor barrier for cars. So something I do all the time in my garage. But it doesn't look like there is rust through situations. Oh, look how beautiful those taillights are. I mean, you couldn't find these taillights today if you tried, I don't think. Beautiful bumper. And there it is on the front grille. I'm not sure, but I thought there was some script either on the headlights covers or on the top grille. There might have been some type of, hood ornament and such. So I could be wrong, but it just looks too bland, the front of the car. But that doesn't really bother me. The engine bay says the air conditioning does work, which is pretty cool. Hopefully it's been working, not something that he just charged and it's going to empty out 3 months from now. But if the air conditioning does work and it's been consistently running, that tells me that somebody's been caring for this car, so that's pretty cool. Engine bay looks like it might have been lightly detailed just to make it look prettier. It doesn't look dusty. Somebody went through the expense of doing a new brake cylinder here. They had twin circuits back in those days. So again, no major rust, overspray here from the paintwork. So that's nice too. So the car gives a nice presentation. There you go. So again, is the car worth $34,995? I think it's priced high, but would I be a player for $28,000? Yeah. If there's no Bondo in the rear quarter panels and the sills weren't retouched up 25 years ago with some rust coverings and things like that. So if it's a straight car, really nice repaint, doesn't have to be repainted again, and rides out really well, yeah, the car is probably worth about $28,000, and the rest is just commission for the consignment guy, or some realization from the owner that he has to bring his price down a little bit. So I would negotiate on this car, probably call on this car. I don't think he's getting a lot of calls on cars of this nature any longer. As the baby boomers get older, prices of these cars are not going up. They're actually coming down a bit lately. So, but it shouldn't stop you from owning something as beautiful as this car. So, and that's it. So, yeah, I started just started at the beginning talking about it. I started a new YouTube channel, and it's called Wall Street Automotive. And it's kind of fun today. I did a story on BYD, which is the Chinese brand that's coming here in North America. They plan to build an assembly plant in Mexico. And with all the tariff news going on, it is possible that a car like this can come to North America, in the Americas, in the United States, if they can work out a deal, of course, with President Trump. The car is at the auto show in New York today, and it's getting a lot of headlines. So that's the new channel I have called Wall Street Automotive. You can find that on YouTube. If you like to get updated, it's essay type format. It also gives you some information on stocks and valuations of car companies and things like that. Something that I'm very focused on as well. So enjoy that new YouTube channel I have. And thanks again for joining us here. If you want to find this beautiful Mercury Marquis, just go on Craigslist. It's in Massachusetts, and just type in 1969 Mercury Marquis Convertible, and this car will come popping at you. Again, thanks very much for joining me today, and welcome back, and thanks for following me and staying in touch. I look forward to finding cars almost daily with you. Thanks. Have a great day.